Bro, Marvel is cooking right now with X-Men 97. If you guys have not watched X-Men 97 on Disney Plus, go watch that. I've been saying it for weeks now. It is one of the best shows that Marvel has put out, period, on Disney Plus. It's really good. We're on to episode 8, on to the finale. Of course, no spoilers in this video. For you guys' sake, go watch this, and then go watch that, come back and watch this video. We'll still be here. But anyway, of course, if you guys are new to the channel, obviously, welcome to the Sports Lovers, where we talk all things sports. But in today's video, we are going to be reacting to the first and midway through the second round playoffs of today's video. My playoff reaction so far, don't really have anything else to talk about in today's video. So, that is what we're going to do in today's video. React to every series in the first round and talk about who could win the finals now, based off of my picks from the last time that we were here as well. Of course, if you guys are new to the channel, once again, drop a like, subscribe, turn that bell on. We do our best to post on this channel every single day. Tomorrow, I'm getting my interview done with Noah, so next Thursday, he should be on the channel with our interview for you guys who watched yesterday's video. Yesterday, I said that Noah would be on the channel on Thursday, so obviously, there's that in and of itself right there. He will be on Thursday. Friday will be a pre-recorded Franchise Friday because I will be out of town, headed to Dallas next weekend. Gonna be fun. But let's go ahead regardless and hop into this NBA playoffs reaction for the first and second rounds. Alright, so how we're gonna do this is we're just gonna go series by series and talk about it as well. So we'll start over in the Eastern Conference and then work our way to the Western Conference. We'll start with the East with the Celtics facing the Heat. Now, I knew as soon as Jimmy Butler went down that the Celtics were going to flat out win this series. Jimmy Butler is one of the only reasons that the Heat were in this series to begin with and got that game 1 win. Now, with that said, Celtics go on to win the next 3 games and go into the next round of the NBA playoffs, which was by far expected. Moving on to the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Orlando Magic. This was one of the tight ones that was in this series. It was one of the only close ones that were in the first round of the playoffs. And because these teams were very evenly matched, they were both young right now, and I'm not shocked that the Cavs won this series. I think that the Magic, they've had their injury ways as well throughout the year, but with the likes of Okoro, obviously with the Cleveland Cavaliers, their coaching, I think they got the job done very well for them. And they're the higher seed, so they got the home court advantage in Game 7, which definitely helped a lot as well. Now, moving on to our next series, it is the Bucks taking on the Pacers. I did not have the Pacers winning this game. I said I could see the Pacers winning this series, in which they did. They won 4-2. Obviously, Damian Lillard and Giannis Antetokounmpo being hurt for this series did not help them at all, which again is part of the main reason the Pacers won this series. If Dame and Giannis were healthy, I definitely believe that the Bucks would have won this series. They definitely would have came back. We kind of saw it. It was close a little bit in that final game, but the Pacers get the job done at home in Game 6 to go on to the next round against the New York Knicks. And speaking of the New York Knicks, they get the job done against the 76ers. I was very shocked when the Sixers won 2 of these games. I did not think they were going to win any of these games. I thought they would get swept by the New York Knicks. They did not, and now the 76ers are in the second round the Knicks, are in the second round of the playoffs. Alright, now we're going to take a peek of the NBA playoffs Western Conference bracket. For starters, we'll talk about the Thunder and the New Orleans Pelicans. I should have known this was coming, guys. I don't know why I predicted the Pelicans to beat the Thunder in this first round series. But the Thunder, they have so much young talent and they have so much talent around them, especially depth-wise as well. They were really good, and they're looking like one of the favorites to win the NBA Finals. So we'll talk about that coming up here shortly. But one thing I want to hit on, Zion. If Zion was playing, I genuinely think we would have had a shot at winning, because we were playing them really good on the road and really well at home too. We just couldn't close out the games like we saw against the Lakers when Zion Williamson got hurt as well. So that is my reaction to that series. Thunder, great job. GG's for them. But the next series, of course, is the Clippers and the Mavericks. I'm not shocked that the Mavericks won. Luka being an MVP finalist, which I'll give my prediction for that later on in the video. Stick around for that one. Is not a shocker at all. The Clippers, I don't know what it is. They could have anybody on their team and they still would sell in the first round. They're always going to sell in the first round. But moving on to our next round series, that is the T-Wolves and the Suns. Really, a really good performance from Anthony Edwards. A lot of people are meat riding him right now, talking about how he's the next Michael Jordan. He's not, all right? Nobody's going to be better than Michael Jordan. The T-Wolves obviously get the win, 4-0, moving on to the Nuggets round as well. Speaking of the Nuggets, they obviously did almost sweep the Los Angeles Lakers, but they could not. But they did, in fact, get the job done as well. There was a tiny bit of me who thought that LeBron was going to come back and win that series, but it just didn't happen, and the Nuggets have too much star power on that team not to go to the second round. So, with that said, we'll look at the second round here. Next, it is the Thunder and the Mavs. OKC currently leading that series right now, 1-0. I'm going to go Thunder here in this series. I do think the Mavs will keep it close, just with Luka being MVP finalist and all that. They have that experience. They will keep it close, especially at home in Dallas. But for now, the Thunder are going to go on to win that series. And then in the Western Conference, the T-Wolves, actually, I have them beating the Denver Nuggets. They are 2-0. Currently against the Nuggets, headed back to Minnesota, by the way. They won those first two games on the road and convincingly on the road as well. They're headed back home, which I can definitely see them getting the sweep, especially we know how they like to play at home. And then, of course, moving on to the Eastern Conference, you got Celtics and the Cavs. Boston's going to sweep them, the Cavs as well. I have a feeling about that. I just do. And then the Knicks and the Pacers. I do think this game's going to go to this series is going to go to 7 games, but I do think the Knicks are going to get the job done ultimately in this 7-game series. Of course, moving on to our conference final prediction, just kind of throwing it out there for a second. I have the Thunder and the T-Wolves going at it. I do think this is where the T-Wolves run comes to an end, and the Thunder will go to the NBA Finals. In the West and in the East, I have the Boston Celtics beating the New York Knicks, of course, and going to the final. And then my finals currently right now, I'm going to go with the Boston Celtics. They're more experienced than the Oklahoma City Thunder. That is why I have them beating the Celtics, and then the Knicks, and then the Thunder in the next round, or in the conference finals, and then in the NBA Finals as well. But yeah, that's my reaction to the NBA playoffs so far. Let's go ahead and head toward the end of the video. Anyway, that is where I'm going to cut it for today's video. Of course, if you haven't already, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, turn that bell on. We do our best to post on this channel every single day. Not sure what we're going to do tomorrow, but Friday, of course, we're going to play our Franchise Friday here on the channel with the Arizona Cardinals. With that said, the NFL has officially announced that its schedule is coming out next Wednesday, and that is, of course, when I am leaving for Dallas, so I'm not sure if I will have reaction videos. I may try and text Ben and say, hey, if he can do it, great. He'll be on the channel talking about the Saints and the Bengals, of course. But, of course, I'm going to hop off, get this edited so you guys can watch it on time. Thank you all so much for watching my NBA playoffs reaction. Once again, kind of a bummer video, but we had to get a video out. So, with that being said, that's where I'm going to cut it. 8 more days until the reveal of EA College Football. Cannot wait for that one as well. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.